today will be okay. Today will be okay, but as well as tomorrow. Tomorrow will never come, so let's not think and talk about tomorrow. Until we fix and think about today. When we are okay today, tomorrow will be okay. When we think that way, it will be all right. So we have a short presentation on renewable resource and its use. So I think without further ado, I'll allow the Vice President and President to come and make the presentation. Yeah. I'm sorry, Vice Captain. Yeah. Apologies. With that, I'll leave it with that. Thank you.
All right. Once again, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
On behalf of PGDT class, only two of us will be presenting this afternoon, and our topic is based on renewable energy and its uses. Okay, after the presentation from our topic, we will also advocate on agriculture, the integral farming system, which we can, as ordinary people, what we can do back at home. It is related back to World Environment Day. Okay, before I proceed to our presentation, what is the environment? Environment is everything around us. We talk about economic, we talk about social, we talk about politics. All this comes environment. So back in 2020, I was invited to give a presentation on World Environment Day in one of my primary school. And the topic, the theme of that year was restoring ecosystem. Why we want to restore ecosystem? We have two environment, natural environment and man-made environment. Before that, the population, the number is much better. Today, the population has increased, so has demand of our basic needs. We want food, we want shelter, we want good education. Because of this, we are forced to exploit our natural environment. In doing so, we are disturbing the harmony, the ecosystem that we already have in there. Because of the demand of our basic needs and our wants, we are now facing climate change. So what is climate change? The effect of our activity, the industrial activity, which is mining and agriculture. So these two activities are contributing to climate change. From the energy company, the fossil fuel, coal and all this, the gases that they are releasing, carbon dioxide, methane, from agriculture, nitrogen oxide. This come from fertilizer, manures, all these are greenhouse gas, which are contributing to greenhouse effect. These gases, according to 2017, carbon dioxide emission rate is 82%. This greenhouse gas is causing the gases, like I already mentioned. These gases act like a blanket wrapped around the head, trapping the sun's heat and raising temperature. The consequences of these effects: coastal extreme weather, melting ice, ocean warming and loss of species. The global action and solution. Our team said climate action now. So the climate action is entirely centered on scaling up national-based solution to pull carbon out the atmosphere. And this solution: nature conservation, electric transport, energy efficiency, and renewable energy. So which renewable energy will lead us to our presentation for today. Renewable energy. These are abundant, they replenish themselves, and they are clean compared to non-renewable energy like fossil fuel and coal and all this. So renewable energy is one of the solutions to address the climate change. So there are several renewable energy. Thermal heat energy, we have a wind energy, we have a hydro energy, we have a biomass, we have a wave or kinetic energy. And solar energy. Solar energy, the energy comes from the sun, captured by solar panel and used to generate electricity. We have a hydropower, like we have a Yonki Dam is one of those. The energy from moving water, like rivers or waterfalls, used to produce electricity. We have a wind energy, energy from the wind to spin turbines and generate electricity. So this can be like wind energy. In agriculture, they use wind energy in integrated farming. Okay, here we have a short story. The story reflects our life as ordinary people, what we are going to do or what we are going to do when we are back at home. When we are talking about renewable energy, we are not only talking about wind, solar, and we are not talking about only hydro. We also can look at the biomass, the waste from the animal, waste from the animal waste, plant manure, plant residue, or this. So these biomass, they are the waste. If we cannot utilize or find a way to minimize those manures and waste, and if we dispose them into the environment, it will cause pollution, land pollution or water pollution. So there is a way in which we can use that biomass to generate electricity. So we can convert it to biogas, which is clean energy. So these are as we can see here, the pictures here showing the deforestation. Here family from a village with an extension officer trying to advocate on agriculture, how we people at the village can sustain our living, and also stress on how we can manage or we can use those animal waste. So here we have you can see from the diagram, we have a pig, we have a vacuum tank which is a biodigester, and we have a stove. So this is the biomass that I'm talking about, the biomass energy, how we can convert those waste to produce biogas, and we can use them back at home. So waste can be channeled into this biodigester, the tank, vacuum tank here, and these waste are fermented by bacteria. So when it is fermented, it produces methane gas, and this gas, through this biochemical process, it retains the methane. Instead of it releasing it into the atmosphere as a greenhouse gas, we utilize that methane gas as our biogas, so we can use it for cooking. So that's the importance of agriculture related to biomass energy. How we can apply that system back at our own village. If we want electricity and we want clean energy. So there is a way we can utilize those manure, those waste, we can channel it into like I already said, a tank, and then there is a process itself where bacteria would convert those waste into biogas, and then we can use it as our electricity to power our house or for cooking. Okay, so how we leave it on that? And my next colleague will elaborate or will advocate on integrated farming related to biomass to renewable energy.
Okay, I will simply explain what integrated farming system is, but this is one part of the method that you can use to farm your land. Like in the past, our ancestors, bear in mind that our ancestors were hunters and gatherers. As time goes by, knowledge increases, they know how to farm the land, animals, and then that's where farming began. Okay, our traditional way of farming is bush following. As time goes by, as today, as I am speaking, our population has increased. So bush following and shifting cultivation, it does not really work as of today. We can see lots of land disputes and all this. I think integrated livestock farming system can address some of these issues with climate change and all this. Okay, you can see on our slide there, this is one example, just an example. You can think of any other ways. Okay, you can see that the man standing there is a farmer. Okay, you can see the piggery there, you can see the poultry. You have the crops like cassava, you have the river, you have the pond there, and forestry on the other side. Okay, but you can see the two most important renewable resource, the energy that we want to tell you is the biodigester, and the type of thing that we can use to irrigate for irrigation system, like ramp pump. Okay, for ramp pump, it normally works where the pressure and gravitational force works. Okay, if you are living up in a mountainous place, especially islands and all these places where fast flowing water, you can do this. One good example in Papua New Guinea, if you go to East New Britain and you go to Oyster, you will see one good example of integrated farming system. And they are using ramp pump to pump the water into the field. Okay, another one is biodigester. You are going to collect the waste from the animals and also even from the plants, and you can put them into biodigester as I explained earlier. That's where you get gas. Okay, this type of farming is very sustainable in a manner where you're not going to use a big amount of land mass. You simply, at least you have 1 hectare or something, you can simply integrate everything in that particular little land. And the integrated livestock farming system, it reduces greenhouse gases emissions, like especially methane. It allows for clean energies. It improves soil health and carbon storage. It conserves water and protects ecosystem. It builds climate resilience, supports sustainable rural livelihoods. Okay, to summarize all these ones, basically the waste from one component of the farm you can convert into a very useful as an input of another component of the farm. As you can see from the diagram, from the figure you can get the waste from the pigs, like the excreta and even chicken. You can put them into biodigester and you get the maybe gas for cooking in the kitchen. Or even you can allow the waste from the animals to go into the pond. That's where the fish will use up the waste as their food. And then from there you are going to harvest the fish and you can sell it, or it is one of your, you can use it as your protein. Another thing, for the crops, those leaves and all this, you can give it to the animals. That's how they are interrelated. So there are many ways you can do, but this is one example of this one. Okay, finally to conclude, I would say that integrated livestock farming system is a system that manually you are creating a man-made ecosystem where different components, plants and animals, they interact with each other. You are creating an ecosystem. Okay, like our team, they have mentioned many times, we have to reduce emissions, we have to reuse and recycle. And then we have to think globally and act locally. And please, it is very applicable. If we go, we must try our best, even in our schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you. In brief, it's just the two gases that make a lot of damage to ozone layer are methane and carbon dioxide. Our presentation is just that we be cautious of what we use, that we reduce the emission of methane gas as well as carbon monoxide. In doing so, we will not do harm to ozone layers. We will be in a safe world as we are now here. That's where we are. We will put climate change now. Climate change now, or climate action change now. We will put it into reality. We will realize that wherever we are. And with that, we have come to the conclusion of our presentation. And that the most is, we all have sights as human beings. But insights, those of insights are visionary leaders. We thank our school administration director and the two deputies with the unit heads and all those who have put their heads together that we have a successful and bold environment day today. We thank them for their visionary leadership, for having that insight.